Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Today is Friday, and it is officially August the 1st. We made it through the week, and we made it to August the 1st, 2025. And I wanted to do a mental health Friday check and mental health Monday check. So today is Friday, and it's going to be our first mental health Friday check. So today I will be talking about mental health. And I'm going to touch on uncomfortable conversations, right? I think it is so important to have uncomfortable conversations, right? With people that we truly care about. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the uncomfortable conversations that we don't like to have, because a lot of times we hold it in. We hold in those uncomfortable conversations because we think that's the best thing for us to do, but actually it's the healthiest thing for us to do, so that we can, I put it in walking in our nakedness, right? If I can be naked with you, that's me being very comfortable with you, right? If I can be naked with you emotionally, let me say that, right? And what I mean by that, if I can have those uncomfortable conversations with you, which means if we can have conversations where we don't agree, that is a great feeling. So if I can have a conversation with you where we're not on the same spectrum, that is a great thing, right? I love that. If you're my friend, my mate, my parent, my sibling, my cousin, my aunt, anyone in my life, I should be able to come to you and say, you made me feel like this. Or you should be able to come to me and say, you made me feel like this. And we should be able to navigate through it in a productive way. It should not cause us to flare up. It's unhealthy to hold things in. And a lot of times people hold things in, and it stems from our childhood, right? Because we wasn't allowed to express ourselves as children. And a lot of times it's culture based, right? And it stems from generation to generation. So we have to kind of break the cycle, break the generational curses. I know in a lot of black and brown communities, we were told children are to be seen and not heard. Children are not to ask the why questions. I'm a firm believer in, if they don't ask why, they don't know why. I do think that's a lot of reason why a lot of children, African American and Hispanic children, are in speech therapy, because they were told children are seen and not heard. How do they know how to talk if they were told to be quiet? If I'm told not to talk, I was not taught to use that tool, right? So with that being said, if as a young child I was told not to talk, as an adult I do not know how to express myself appropriately. So I'm not able to have the uncomfortable conversations, right? I don't know how to have them. I don't know how to be uncomfortable in those conversations. So I would rather just keep them inside, right? So that's what I'm talking about today when it comes to mental health. And I'm gonna be honest, I have been that person, but now I'm comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. Come to me. Let me know how you truly feel. Just don't be disrespectful. I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to be cussed at. None of those things. But can you come and say how you feel, and we can navigate through it? Yes. But just know, when you come to me and I go to you, I want to have a conversation. I want us to be able to have a dialogue. I'm hearing you, you're hearing me, and we're able to navigate through it healthy. I'm hearing you and you're hearing me, not we're just listening to each other. I want you to hear me. I want to hear you. That doesn't mean I have to agree with you. That doesn't mean you have to agree with me. But I can hear you. I can understand where you're coming from. You can hear me, you can understand where I'm coming from, but that doesn't mean we have to agree with each other, right? And I think that's very, very important, because sometimes we can, and I was once like that, where it's like, if you don't agree with me, you're not hearing me, you don't love me. Now that I have taken the classes, I have the knowledge, I do know you can hear me, you can understand where I'm coming from, but that doesn't mean that you have to agree with me, right? And that's why I say we have the tools in our toolbox. It's just about us pulling them out. And once you start realizing all of those things, it's powerful, and it empowers you so greatly, and it helps save so many of your relationships that you have with people, when you're able to just not shut down, but actually just navigate through your feelings. Because if a person doesn't know how you're feeling, what you're feeling, they can't help you, you can't help yourself, and you can't help them. And it's just like, okay, nobody knows what to do next, right? And with our children, it's the same thing. We have to help them figure out those tools as well with our children, even the younger children, y'all. Let's give them the tools at a young age. Like, when I say a young age, as we can start even as babies with giving them the tools, letting them know why they're not throwing their food on the floor when they're in their high chair. Like, you can give them the tools. They can't speak those words, but you can. Like, you can let them know why they're not doing it. And you got to be repetitious. So you're saying it over and over and over, repetitively, the same thing until they get it, and I'll dive deeper into it. This is a video that I'm putting on YouTube as well as TikTok. So I can't go over 10 minutes, but I will dive deeper into it for my YouTube channel. But we have to just keep repeating the same thing over and over when it comes to our children, so they can learn. And we have to also model the behavior. We can't say the whole "do as I say, not as I do." We have to model the behavior so they can see it as well. So it's something we need to show our children that we're displaying the behavior so they know how to do it. But I just think it's very important to have uncomfortable conversations and not run from them. That's something that I love about the group that I'm in with my life coaching team and my counseling team. When we're on with people, we're a lot of times having the very unhealthy conversations, and we're able to navigate through them, because a lot of us we see things on a different scope, and we all cancel and life coach in different ways. So we pull from each other's spectrum. So it's certain people that I'm able to pour into, and then it might be certain people that certain ones may be able to pour into, like Renee, maybe Patrick, just different people that's a part of our platform may be able to pour into, and we may look at things a little bit different, but at the end of the day, we can pull different nuggets from each other. And even though we may view things differently, we still come together as a whole, and we help that person, even though we may look at things differently, right? And I think sometimes we lose that as a whole in our outside relationships. So that is the mental health note of the day. And y'all know I'm a firm believer. Mental health and spiritual growth goes right there together. So we still want to allow God to be the navigation of our life. And remember that Camila loves some of you as always, but most importantly, God loves you. And this was our Mental Health Friday moment with Camila. And today is Friday, y'all. We made it. We made it to Friday. So we made it, y'all. I'm so glad, because I've had some challenges. Had to go to the doctor twice this week, but all is well. I'm here, power, because of God's grace and mercy. I'm here, but yeah, I had to go to the doctor twice. And I'm grateful for God. But yeah, y'all have a great weekend, and I love y'all.